What's going on, devs? Welcome back to Web Development channel. In today's episode, we're going to be building a progress step bar. Stick to the end and you will increase your JavaScript skills by coding along. You might see this on different websites and forums, multi-level forums, shopping carts, and things like that. And here we're going to have those two buttons to control the steps. So it starts at 1. And if I click next, it goes to the 2, and the line goes and lights up the borders. Note also that at the beginning, the previous is disabled. You cannot click on it, and if you click and go until the end, the last one will also be disabled. It's another great project that you can add to your portfolio. If you're new here and you want to increase your dev skills, subscribe and you also click the little bell down below so you get notified every time I post a new video. Let's get started. Let's get started by creating our 3 basic files, okay? The first one, our index.html for markup, also style.css, okay? And then we're gonna create our app.js, okay? We're gonna give the life to our project. And the boilerplate here, we're gonna have the title, let's say step progress bar, JavaScript, all right. Also a link connect our HTML to our CSS, and down below here, close our closing tag, our script pointed to our app.js. All right, we are just in the HTML, okay. Let's grab the font awesome, okay, CDN for here. I'll give you the link down below in the description. And let's create our container, the one that's gonna wrap everything, okay? And inside this one, we're gonna have our progress container, okay? And in this one, we're gonna have another div. This one is gonna have a class and ID of progress, and it's gonna be the lines, okay? This will be auto-populate using JavaScript, all right? And now let's go to our circles. Let's create the first one here. This one is going to be active, and let's grab the classes from font awesome, okay. This one is going to be our HTML, all right. And let me open this and show to you live. That's the best way of doing it, okay. We are going to be coding on the right, and you are going to see the result in real time on the left. So you really know what you're doing. Let's just duplicate this one, have a couple of lines. And this one, the second one, we're going to create a roadmap here. After HTML, we're going to have CSS, all right? After that, you're going to have some JavaScript. Believe me, this is the way of learning, okay? And after that, you can learn some library like React, okay? So this one is going to be React, all right? Okay, and up here, I forgot, we need to have a H1. And this one, let's say something like step progress bar, all right? This is the text you see on the top. Okay, so far so good. Now we need to have our buttons down below here, okay? So let's create them. We're gonna have 2 buttons, okay? This one, class BTN, and ID prev is going to be disabled by default, all right? We start by 1, so there is no reason, there is no way to go under that. The next one is going to be next, okay? Let's delete the disabled and let's add here next. And yeah, it's done. Now we need to shape it. Alright, now we are in the realm of the CSS, okay? Let's start by import the Neumorphism font from Google Fonts, okay? Let's start by change the font. Just paste this one here. And let's create some colors here, okay? For the lines and for everything here. If you want to change the colors instead of going to each value and change that, you can change in here. It's just 2 lines, okay? Line borders fill and line borders empty, okay? You change here, you don't have to go down and look for every color, okay? That's a smart way of doing things. And here, let's have the border box. Box size is gonna be border box to everything. And now we're gonna grab the body, okay? And here, first thing we're gonna change the background color to FFF, okay? And we're gonna set the font we just got from Google Fonts, the Mulish font. Let me show you this one here. Paste this, and let's also have sans serif as a fallback in case of something goes wrong, okay? And now let's try to put everything in the middle. The way to do that is using the flex layout, okay? Justify content here is gonna be center, okay? Until now I can't see anything, but now you will. Let's set the height to 100 VH, and now those take action, okay? You see it's right in the middle. Overflow hidden, and margin is gonna be 0. All right. Now we're gonna deal with this H1, the text. Let's change the color to 21, 21, 21, and let's bring it a little bit up. It's too close to the icons, okay? With margin border of 90 pixels, okay? Now we're gonna grab the icons and give them a color, okay? Color and size. The first one is HTML, font size 1.8 rem, and let's change the color to this one, okay? Next is gonna be the CSS 3 out, size the same thing here, and color 26 4G A4. All right. Moving to the next one, our famous JavaScript, okay, JS, and the size is going to be a little smaller, 1.6, and let's grab the yellow color that JavaScript deserves, okay, F7, E8, 18, okay. Now let's go to the framework React, all right. The same font size of 1.8 rem, and the color, let's this color, okay. And about the container, we want align it to the center. So text align center, put everything horizontally in the center. All right. Next, we go to the progress container. All right. The layout here is going to be flex layout, the horizontally from the left to the right. Okay. And let's give some space in between them using space between. The space is going to be added in between them, okay? Okay, here it is. The position here is going to be relative because you're going to have some absolute inside this one. Margin 30 pixels. Max width is going to be 100%. And also a width of 350 pixels, all right? Let me make it a little bigger so you can see better. Now we're gonna grab the progress and start to work with the line. First the purple one and then the fade one, okay? Background color, of course, is gonna be the purple. Position is gonna be absolute. Let's put it in the middle with top 50%. And left is gonna be 0. And transform, translate minus 50%. Put it right in the middle. And let's give a height of 4 pixels, okay, and a width initially of 0%. If you change this one to 25% and 50% and 100%, then you can see it. And this is going to be made by JavaScript, okay. Now let's try to put that behind the icons with z-index -1. We also need here a transition, okay? transition dot 4 seconds and is. Until now we have one line, the purple one, but we need another one behind this one. This one is going to indicate progress, okay? So let me just copy this one, okay, and paste. We're going to use a pseudo class before to create the faint gray line behind this one, okay? So first of all, let's change here the name, container, and pseudo class before. Change also its color. This one is going to be empty, all right? Let me see here. Top and left the same. The width is going to be 100%. It's going to be always there, okay? And forget as always the content is empty, okay? So now we have this one, and JavaScript is going to make the second one like a progress, okay? The purple one. And now is a circle time, okay? Let's grab the circles, all the 4 ones, okay? Let me type here, circle. And background color, let's give it a color of white, okay? Color here 999. Also add some border radius because we want it to be round, so it's gonna be 50%, all right? Let's give it a size, height 50 pixels, width also 50 pixels. And we can't see it, so let's add some borders, okay? Border 3 pixels is going to be solid, and let's pick this color here, a grayish color. And now we're going to do what FDev is asking. How we're going to put that right in the middle? How are we going to do that with CSS? People ask that, oh, Stack Overflow everywhere. And the answer is, of course, Flex. Flex came to help us with that, okay? Let me type here. Display is going to be Flex. Displaying the horizontally, okay? Align items center. And you're going to justify content center horizontally, okay? Next here, we're going to add some transition dot 4 seconds and is. Now we're going to grab the circle, and if it has the active class on it, we're going to change its color to our main color, purple, okay? Just when it has the active class on it. This is going to be done by JavaScript, okay? So let's pick here our purple color. Our project's taking shape, okay? And now let's go to the button, okay? First of all, let's pick a background color to this one. Let's pick our main color. And let's remove the border with border 0. We also want to give it a border radius of 6 pixels, make it a little bit round on its corners. The cursor is going to be a pointer, and for the font family, it's going to be inherited, okay? And now to make it a little bigger, let's give it a padding, 8 pixels top and bottom, and 30 pixels left and right, okay? Wow, bigger. And let's also apply a margin of 5 pixels to it. Font size is going to be, let me see, 14 pixels, okay? And we have our buttons. This is dev's life. You just fix something, make something beautiful, and you came across with another problem. As you can see, we have this ugly outline, so let's fix that, okay? BTN focus and outline 0, and yeah, it's done. We just fixed that. And now we want to give some effect to our button when the user click on it, okay? BTN active, transform scale .97. Let me click here, And yeah, you can see it decreased a little bit. Okay, nice. But what about the prev button? Let's do something about this one, okay? This one BTN disabled. Background color is gonna be the grayish color. All right. And we're gonna do more than that. We're gonna really show the user that he cannot click on that one, okay? We're gonna make that clear. Cursor not allowed. So let me show to you. Oh yeah, now that's the message that he gets, okay? He really can't click on this one. Alright, we have our page. Static one is beautiful because you use a CSS, but there is no life in it, okay? Let's give it some life using JavaScript. We're going to start off by bringing all we need to the DOM, okay? We're going to grab first the progress, okay? Second one, we're going to bring the buttons. Let me create a const. Prev, set to document get element by ID. Prev, we just created, okay, a few minutes ago. Const, next, set it to document get element by ID. This is the next, okay. And let's also bring in all the circles, okay. It's more than one, as you can see, 4. So document query select all, okay, it's going to be all of them, and dot circles, and we have everything here in something like a node list, something similar to an array, so we can loop it through it, okay. We're also gonna set our index to 1, all right. And now let's have our event list, okay, add to our buttons. Let's start by take next and add the event list on click, okay. And let's here have our arrow function. Then what's gonna happen when you click on the next, okay. Whatever the index is, we want to increment that by 1, okay. It's simple like that. Let me show to you. Right now it's 1. Let me console.log so you are gonna see that for sure. Console.log current active. Let me click in the button here, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a problem. We just have 4 circles, okay? So we have to deal with that, but at least we know that the current active is being incremented. It's working. So now let's control that, okay, with a if statement, all right? It's gonna be a simple one, I promise. Let's go if. And here we want to make sure that it doesn't go bigger than our circle length, that's 4, okay. We can treat that as an array. We have length, so if the current active is bigger than the circle length, we want that one to be 4, or circle.length 1, 2, 3, 4, all right. Don't take my words, let's do the test again, see if it's working, okay. So console.log current active, and let's click 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, one more, yeah, it's working. It's not going after the 4, okay. So let me get rid of this one. We now know it can go forward, but if you want to go backwards, Then we have to have another event listen to our prev button. Okay, let's change this one to prev. Instead of increase, you're gonna decrease this one, okay, by 1. But we also need some logic here. In this, we need another type of logic. If the current active is less than 1, the one is active right now, the first one, we don't want that to go less than that, to 0, -1. We want that to be set to 1, okay? So it never go under the 1. That's the logic, simple like that. And another thing here, we're gonna have our update function here. Basically what this is gonna do is update our DOM, okay? We're gonna create that function right now. And now we create that function, the function called update, okay? And in here, we're gonna look through our circles, okay? For that, you're gonna use for each, and you're gonna pass in circle and index, okay? Let me just type here, circle, and also the index. In our arrow function here, let's use if statement. If the index is smaller than the current active, we wanna add the class of active to it, okay? So circle dot class list add active, okay? All in this project is about it, adding and remove the active on those circles, okay? Else, we're gonna take the circle and remove the class of active, okay? It's not complicated, okay? It's actual simple stuff here, simple logic. And let me show to you, okay? The second one, third one, and the last one. And now we're gonna grab all these activist circles and have a const with them, okay? Let's call this actives and assign to document query select all, okay, all of them, and dot active, all right? So we're gonna grab all the active circles here. All right, let me make it a little bigger. Now that we have the activists available with all the activists one, we wanted console.log the activist length, okay? It increments every time we click on it. And we want to also console.log the circles length. We know that's 4, it's right here in the screen, okay? Let me console.log and click next. We see the active length is 4 and the circle is always 4, okay? Now the active length is 4 and also the circles, okay? What we want to do here is have how many percent it's in here, okay? We want to increase user percentage. And then we're going to have the line here, okay, the width. Let me show to you. It's right here in the CSS, okay, the width. We're going to use the percentage of 50%, for example. We're going to be here, half. Okay, as you can see, it's not working. I have to make some fixes here. All right. And to do that, let me just divide the active length divide by the circle's length. Okay, let me divide this one, and now we should have the percentage. Okay, 0.5%, 0.75, and 1, that's 100%. Alright, now we're gonna grab this one and multiply it by 100, okay? So this way we have the right percentage, okay? Let me just have this parenthesis here and multiply by 100. So here we have 50%, 75%, and one more time and you have 100%, okay? So it's working, okay? At least the activist is working. Nice. And the next challenge that we're gonna have is gonna be the lines, okay? But it's not that hard. There's a lot of nice things to learn on this project. All right, and now instead of just console.log this one, because that's not what we want, let's actually add that to the width, okay? The one that I just showed to you in the CSS, okay? Progress.style width, okay? And let's assign this. All right, let's have this parents here and remove this one. And let's concatenate the percentage sign here, okay? Done. Now let's give it a try, see. Here's 50%, half, 75%, and 100%. And that's not what we want. We want to go from the first circle to the second one, the third one, and the last one. All right, looks like we came across with another issue. We want to go to the first one, the second one, the third one, and then the last one. So let's make a couple of changes here, okay? Let's wrap this one in parentheses and -1, okay? So you're gonna have 33%. Come to the second one, the third one, and then the last one. Let's do the same thing to the circles here. Let's wrap this one and have a -1. And again, don't take my word, just make a test. Let's test it, okay? All right, go to the second one, the third one, and the last one. So it's working. So far, so good. We are almost done here, so let's deal now with the functionality of our buttons, okay? And it starts by the current act. When this is equals to 1 or the first one, we want this to be really disabled, okay? So prev disabled is going to be true. We cannot go less than 1, so no reason to click on that button, all right? Let's have here a else if the current active is equals to the circle's length, or if this is equals to 4, you know. We want the next button to be disabled, okay? So there is no reason to go bigger than 4, there's nothing else there, so next disable is going to be equals to true, all right? And else, we don't want either of them to be disabled, okay? It's quite simple. In another situation, we need both of them to have the functions, all right? Or work. Let me show to you, okay? And now it's disabled. If you go back, now it's disabled, okay? Okay, my friend web devs, that's all for today. I really hope you like it. If you like, you know what to do. Subscribe and also hit that little bell so every time I post a new video, you'll be notified. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.